Uh-huh. There it is. There it is. That might be as good as I get it. Hold on. I'll try to sit back a little bit. Ugh. Is that good? I go boom. See the clouds. All right. There it is, man. What's going on, world? Your boy tired as hell. I did a lazy job cleaning my shoes this morning, but I was like, I can't wear white shoes, man. I can't keep wearing white shoes, man. But shout out to, I forget her name, that works at the coffee shop. She's probably close to my age, but I'm going to call her a beautiful young lady anyway. She knows my order. You know, it's funny when people know my order. I always order the same shit. Asked how she was doing. She asked how I was doing. And I'm like, I'm waking up, man. I don't know. It feels rougher than usual. Pause today, this morning. I don't know why. It's just I'm trying to wake up, but I couldn't tell exactly what it is. I don't know. Remember? I'm trying to remember if I stayed up late watching any videos or just listening to anything. Sometimes I just let stuff run in the background while I'm trying to stay busy, man. And today when I hit the Twitch, I will probably more than likely do the same thing. You know, more than likely gonna do the same thing. So we shall see. You know, it's the vertical streams. It's easier to drop in on when you're doom scrolling. I don't mind being found when people are doom scrolling, but at the same time, I'm kind of just sticking to you know, I prefer horizontal, man. I really vertical's convenient, but I don't know if it's my preference. If you know what I mean. You know, I like that horizontal. Well, you know, today we got that Umbagog Toro. Umbagog. This was gifted to me by, I forget bruh's name, man. The big old shout out to the Guahanian guys. Guahanian. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but shout out to them, man. The Islanders, they hooked it up. They were asking what I was smoking on. They told me what they prefer. Matter of fact, dude brought his whole chest box and just gave me some stuff that he, you know, sometimes people always get their go-tos. And the thing about when they have their go-tos on deck, they just hand them out. They're like, yeah, I like this one. Yeah, I aged this one for a couple days. I aged this one for a couple days/weeks. So I was like, okay, I see. You know? Like, I understood now. I was like, I understand. Like, I understand. Well, I guess what I'm saying is I can't figure out the palate stuff. My personal palate. I couldn't figure that out. But I will say, I understand just in general, just being able to, you know, let something sit for about a week. You let something sit there for about a week at a time, you know. You can get the best out of it. I'd do that. And that's the thing for me. I smoke them in order from when I grab them, you know. So there's an order in which I grabbed the stuff, basically, you know. And because of that order, the ones that I grabbed last in each set that every time I visit, I get more than I always get more than one or two. But you know, every time it sits for about a week or two, you know. So I know some people have like 3 to 5 days when they like to I don't know what the word is here, you know, they like to smoke something, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's the window of time. I'm learning all this. Everyone's a little different, you know. So there we go. Let's get that fire going right underneath. And the thing about it is, like, sometimes, like I say, this one was gifted. But if you get if you get a cigar from someone else, I'm not saying they didn't age it necessarily, but the fact that they have it inside of their case, and again, I don't know if their cases are humidified or not. That's the other aspect about it. There's no telling. So because of that, you may or may not get a certain. Again, it's like it's easy for me to keep accountable for my stuff, and most of the time I just take people's word for it. If someone's telling me they aged it for 3 to 5 days, I take your word for it because I'm a little more, that's a whole other aspect. Like I couldn't even tell you about the palate and the flavors and all that stuff. Sometimes it just forces me to sit down for a minute, and it's nice to have a nice smoke in the morning. Night too, man. Smoking at night too. Yeah. If I move somewhere warm around the islands, I know I would overindulge more or less. It'd be a nice go-to thing to do. Get them sticks in, The type to spend retirement checks and, just dividends on cigars type shit. Living the life, So, there it is. Horizontals, again, it's harder for people to find these. And because of that, like I said, we might cut it short. But if people drop in on the horizontal, hopefully this coffee helps. If people drop in, then, I'll say what's up to them. Excuse me. But realistically, it's like, why would you make any moves that don't aid you at all anyway, right? So, anyway, I'll be sitting here for a minute. So, like I said, I'm going to start it off on YouTube. It feels as though maybe I'm going to go on Twitch. Talk that shit a little bit on Twitch a little bit. I get less and less streams on the Twitch side simply because it is IRL and just chatting. You got to build up a fan base before you can go there. And a lot of people don't really care about, they don't want to tap in with what it is I got to say, and that's okay. Because then the people who will come around the corner who actually do care will come around the corner. People who do come around the people who come around to give a damn will give a damn. But I'm happy, we're back to Mondays, so Monday means Solarian gets a chance to go live and a couple other people. Some people don't have set schedules. I know I don't, so I just catch the streams when you can, drop in when you can. I don't have a set time to do certain things until I get hired, pretty much. And even then, I wouldn't have a set time. I would just go based off of the motivation of the day or the morning. You got to put in time and effort wherever you can, where you can fit it in. Also, because things can happen at any time, at any whim. You know what I'm saying? On a whim or whatever. You got to account for all that. Anyway, man, hopefully this coffee helps. Back to that. Hopefully that coffee helps, man. It kind of cooled down a bit, so that's good. It's still pretty warm, but it cooled down. So we'll see. I'll check the calculations or shit. I got stuff weekly dropping to fill in gaps. But I also gotta, I'm deading all the, what do you call this? Like, we don't gotta, basically I'm gonna run Plastic Duck Simulator. I'm basically running that, and then I'll be editing a Beyblade video from yesterday's events, I should say. So that'll be going down. Was that the truck? Nope. So that's what's going on there. I know. That's what's going on there. Yeah, we shall see, man. I mean, I'm kind of just... Yeah, I don't know, man. I be overthinking shit, man. That's it. The boy just be overthinking shit sometimes, man. Normal human being behavior. Overthinking. But You know, at the end of the day, you got to make something happen. So it's interesting because yesterday I more or less had a day where I wasn't really being rushed, but I just knew I was late. And I was also like, not, for once I was like, I don't want to be the one making the decision, but people wanted me to help, just with a lot of shit. And I was like, I'm taking it slow and easy today, man. So I'm not as helpful as I'd like to be. So I can kind of hear everyone walking me through stuff. I was just like, yeah. And then, like I said, I ran into Earl at the barbershop. Leave the coffee shop. Right next door is the barbershop. And I see him. He said, there he is. And we started talking. He's telling me something about Puma. I didn't know what he meant. I don't know if he meant he threw on Puma or what. I didn't know what he was trying to say. Sometimes, he speak with a little bit of a slur. Not in a bad way. It's just he's a little older. And I'm listening to him talk, and I'm like, I was like, yo, I need to wake up. I just knew I needed to wake up because it was like, I don't know, man. It's a sign, man. It's a sign that, like, I need to wake up. You know what I mean? And that's this. I'm saying it out loud, too. It's like, you'll have these moments, man, in life. Whether you want to look at them as dream states or you want to look at them as moments in time where you're unhealthy, moments in time where you need help, guidance, or something like that. You need to wake up. You understand? All this to say that you need to wake up. I had a moment, man. I was thinking today, like I said, nobody here, so they can find it later. But it's, I'm literally just sitting there because I got news about one of my family members. They're on the brink of passing away. They got less than a year to live, supposedly. And they've been trying to do their chemotherapy treatment, but it ain't really helping them. And it's just like, that's one guy that I just know, if someone, it's weird because in my mind, I was thinking to myself, that particular family member showed up to my mom's funeral and a lot of other people didn't. And because of that, I was like, if someone in his family ever passed away, I'll show up for him. I'll be there for him. Come to find out, he's the one passing away soon. You know what I mean? It's just little shit like that. Like, I just remember him being there, shaking my hand and giving me a hug and all that at my mom's funeral. And we don't even talk like that. He's hella older, dude, hella older than me and shit. But yeah, he was there. And I was thinking, like, man, if anything on his side of family, whatever, his particular household, man, I'm going to be there for him, man. Because I got some aunts and uncles that ain't even here right now. For whatever reason. Other people showing up on other people's behalf, I guess. But I'm like, if I talk to you directly and shit and you didn't even show up for me, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. I just felt a way about it. So that had me feeling a way. And now he's passing away. And my dumb ass is like, I don't even care about a lot of other family members. I don't think they ever cared about me because they don't check on bruh. You know what I mean? They don't check on me. But I'm supposed to show up for some family reunion shit. But it's like, James, it's time for you to wake the fuck up, bruh. Stop being a bitch. What's that Pimp C line? If your people locked down, go and send us some shit. Because it's never too late to stop being a bitch. Come on, man. I got to stop bitching. That's what it is, man. Really, you got to wake up, man. If you find yourself acting out and thinking like a bitch, stop doing bitch-ass shit. That's it. So I just thought about it this morning. I was like, yeah, I'm on some bitch-ass shit. Just overthinking stuff, but I might have to show up. I might have to pop out. Figure shit out. Just roll through. Oh, we're at the park. Man, what part of the park? I'm nearby the park right now. I got shit to do, but I'm by the park right here, dude. But I might hit it from the AM to the PM. Drop in there. So the day before, I might grab a couple of them bops, just like this. But something a little better, man. Maybe the Cohiba. Shout out to Mark, man. Shout out to my guy, Mark. I be posting up over there, man. So shout out to the old man, Mark, man. We at the 15. Nobody dropped in at all, man. But I love y'all and I appreciate y'all, man. Peace. I'm out.